All right, good evening, everyone. Pet Man Matt Morrow here with the engine and the professor, Kenneth McClamrock. Welcome to the HBCU Carolina Showcase Recap Show, where we're going to talk about the HBCU Carolina Showcase. And, okay, there's a little echo there. But anyway, so we'll start with you, Kenneth. Just give me your overall thoughts on how the showcase went.
Pep, back in January when we first introduced this camp, I said that this camp was about to be the biggest recruiting event in the history of North Carolina. Pep, and everything that I said that it would be turned to fruition. We spoke it into existence. Pep, we had almost 350 athletes from not just North and South Carolina, but from California, New York, New Jersey, Maryland, West Virginia, Georgia, and all points in between, Tennessee. Not only did we have 350 almost athletes, but we had 30 colleges, probably with the 31st, because I think Florida A&M was there. I just didn't meet the guy. And then from those 30, maybe 31 colleges, we had at least 100 coaches there, Pep. There were 10, count them, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 collegiate head coaches there on site. Head coaches from North Carolina Central, head coaches from the CIAA schools like Winston-Salem State and Elizabeth City State, head coaches from Elon and Barton were there. Pep, it was an incredible event. College coaches lined the sidelines, and these dudes came to compete. Boy, did they compete. I mean, we're talking about dudes who will be playing Division I football who did not even make the top 5 in their position group. Pep, it was an unbelievable day. It was an unbelievable weekend. It was an unbelievable opportunities. I'm so pumped for these kids. Pep, thank you for allowing me to have a small part in this, man. It was phenomenal.
And you lying because you did not have a small part. You had a big part.
It shows it. It's Bert.
I made a post that I didn't get to see much of it because I was running around doing registration. I was dealing with some food things that came up and a lot of various things that come up with running a camp. And I had full trust in you and Coach Billups, who was our head coach, for the football aspect of it, and you guys did an amazing job. I'm just now, our videographers and photographers are getting through all of the pictures and video that they got, and I'm going back and I'm looking at video, and you talk about competition, man. The intensity of the competition was what really impressed me. The times I did get down there and was able to check things out, kids were hungry. They were really going to get it. We've had some feedback that, some kids didn't get, reps. But when you get into an environment, when you have those 30-plus college coaches that you mentioned, they're looking for dogs. And, as much as we can as a showcase, we will try to make sure everyone gets reps. But a dog is going to come in and they're going to take, what they can take. And a lot of that was happening. And you saw, and we're going to talk about it a little bit later, 12 kids got offered, from the showcase.
On the spot, from head coaches, from coordinators, from position coaches, on the spot, in between one-on-ones, coaches were pulling them aside, talking to them and offering scholarships. And let me tell you, Pep, there are a lot of scholarships that are yet to come because a lot of schools move at a much slower rate than other schools. And let me tell you, there will be dozens and dozens and dozens of scholarship offers that happened that originated on May the 7th at Mallard Creek High School at the HBCU Carolina Showcase.
Absolutely. And then the other part of this is, I don't want to lose sight of it. The coaches clinic on Friday night. I don't think, a lot of the general public, was aware, but we had a coaches clinic Friday night with a ton of college coaches in attendance. And, we had some high school coaches there. And, we both made the comment that it was the best clinic we've ever been a part of because, it was real, and I know some people were asking us to live stream it. And I did a little portion of it just so people could see what it was like. But I didn't want to live stream it mainly because I wanted to keep it real and let those coaches talk freely. And that was the best part of it. I mean, we got, really deep insight into how offers work, how financial aid packages work, how they build the package for, offers for kids. And it was a lot of great insight. And I know the high school coaches there asked some great questions. Jupiter Wilson at Hickory Ridge, Darren Shepard at Concord, Jamel Bird at Cox Mill, and the list goes on down the line. And even some college coaches jumping in, when we did the panel discussion. Just really, really great feedback. And we got to thank Maurice Flowers for being our keynote speaker, getting it off to a good start. And then a shout out to the Mallard Creek moms, for feeding everybody, really coming through in the clutch.
Once again, Pep, Friday night we had 8 collegiate college head coaches on site. We had 50 college coaches that you could rub elbows with, that you could talk to, that you could network. Let me tell you, so much football was talked on Friday night, so much opportunity for high school coaches to network with college coaches, to get their cards, to get their contact information. I mean, let me tell you something. Robert Massey, Maurice Flowers, Mark Hall, Marcus Hilliard. I'm going to forget names, and I apologize for it. Robert Hayes. I mean, if you know HBCU football, you know Robert Hayes. Trey Oliver, the head coach from North Carolina Central, was there. We're talking about colleges from Bowie State all the way down. Pep, Edward Waters is in Florida.
Yep.
They were there. Yep. Why? Because they understand how crucial, how important the 704 area code is. And of course,
absolutely.
It's the 252, but the Carolinas.
Absolutely, man. So we got some comments. We got a minute before we're going to get to Coach Lucky, the recruiting coordinator at Mississippi Valley State. Hey, man. Hey, I'm sorry, Big Shelby. I'm sorry. This is a very focused and serious show, okay? We don't have time for it.
We're going to talk about Shelby, trust me. Winning at Shelby Talent out on Saturday.
Yes, they did. And I put it up earlier. Coach Kennedy from Kings Mountain Friday Night Clinic was fantastic. Yes, it was.
And the
absolutely
dudes from Kings Mountain, Coach. Whoa, AJ, the last name's on my mind, the defensive lineman.
AJ Richardson, yep.
AJ Richardson, maybe the best 2 steps as a defense. Like, I was afraid for the offensive lineman. Like, I was like, I'm glad I'm not playing quarterback there. Because that dude, he was as good as his mouth was. And his mouth was pretty good.
Well, we're going to get to talk about some kids here in just a minute. Oh, Joe Hughes chiming in. AJ Richardson is a star. Well, I'll tell you what I like. AJ went out and created a whole graphic about him coming on tonight at 9:30 when the players we're gonna feature them. And I love that. I love that, man. That's awesome.
One of the funniest dudes I've ever been around. Just listening to him, Pep. I love everything about that young man. He would play for me. I would build a team around that joker.
Man, that's awesome. That is awesome. You guys with the comments, feel free to comment. As we do with our normal show, we'll do a best of comments after we go through all the kids to end the show. But now we're going to bring on the coach that offered the most kids at the HBCU Carolina Showcase. He is the recruiting coordinator and running backs coach at Mississippi Valley State. And that is DeJuan Lucky. And we're going to bring him on with us right now. Coach, how we doing?
I'm good. You hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you.
Good. That's good.
All right. So, first question, just your overall thoughts on how the showcase went.
Man, I thought it was remarkable. I thought when coaches the panels, I really thought all the high school coaches that were there Friday night benefited from just listening to Coach Flowers, listening to Coach Hilliard, listening to Coach Massey, Coach Jones that was at Shaw. I get chills just thinking about those guys. Those the head coach from Shawan, I thought it was an excellent deal from top to bottom, from Friday to Saturday. I thought the kids that came, they got their money's worth from the drills, even to being able to go to the concession stand and get food. Uh, I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm glad you did that in there about the food. That was the last second thing, man. That was one of the things I was dealing with. Was trying to find a way to feed people when the food truck had an issue. But anyway, so from your perspective, you offered the most kids, out of all the colleges that were there. What did you see in those kids that really, sparked your interest that you wanted to offer them right there on the spot?
Well, the biggest thing is that I came to the camp with a plan. One thing about it is that I pride myself in knowing the kids before I get to a place. So it was surprising that some of the kids that were there, and once I was able to look at the kids that was already there, those were kids that I already had in my database that I wanted to already keep a close eye on. And man, shout out to my to JD, who was like GA. He was there for the early stage, and he was able to see some guys, but the guys that we offered were guys that were on our list. Now,
So a lot of people, don't know, but were kind of, came to us, with this idea several months ago, because of the HBCU showcase down in Atlanta, and they do a great job down there. They've kind of, set the standard, for what this looks like. And you said, I think you guys can, kind of maybe bring this to the Carolinas. So, what did you think about us trying to kind of emulate what they do down the road?
well, I really thought that when I went to Atlanta, I saw a lot of kids, and it was a lot of black athletes that were just really, really good. And it was a lot of mixture PWIs down there too that came to the camp. And Mr. Tinker, he does a great job, down in Atlanta with that showcase. And when I came to Coach McClelrock, and he came to you, and we sat down and we talked about what the camp should look like, you know, I just wanted the idea to just so these young men in Charlotte, these young athletes in Charlotte, could just get an opportunity that I couldn't get in high school. It's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't think about when I was a senior in high school and wishing that I had a Kenneth McClanrock blowing up my phone. It's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't think about the coach that was Coach Gittin, who just passed away, who blew my phone up for months. And we finally took Barry Robinson, the receiver, to Mississippi Valley, who became a great player for us. And when you got coaches like that, Kenneth McClanrock and Coach Gittin, fighting for you to get scholarships and blowing up your phone, you know, I wanted kids to get the opportunity that I may not have got. And also, I wanted to show these other HBCU coaches as well that, hey, if we come together, we can make this thing so big and large, and it's for us. People know that North Carolina represents all HBCUs because that's where the hotbed of all the HBCUs was. And, from the Sam Washingtons at North Carolina A&T, from the Trey Oliver, who was at North Carolina Central, to the Sean Gibbs at Fort Valley State, to Marvin Flowers. I had an opportunity. My first time ever was the GA at North Carolina A&T about almost 10 years ago, and I GA for Trey Oliver, and I GA for Sam Washington and Sean Gibbs, and I have really special relationships with those guys, and they really taught me the ropes of what the HBCU is, and what it was about. When I was at North Carolina A&T, I didn't understand it coming from Western Carolina when Coach Broadway would want to bring back guys that didn't graduate and say, hey, man, I want to offer you a free chance to finish up your college degree. That meant more to me in learning as a young GA, and I didn't understand it at the time. But now that I'm the recruiting coordinator and down here at Mississippi Valley State, and I see how Coach Dancy is trying to encourage his young men to make sure you get that college degree. And Coach Broadway was bringing kids that he didn't even know, saying, hey, calling them up on the phone to say, hey, come back. We'll pay for your school. We want you just to graduate. And you see the love and the care that athletes and I promise you, if you ever get a chance to work for a guy like Coach Oliver, who is a guy who's just like Coach Broadway, who loves his student athletes, even Coach Maurice Flowers, who love his student athletes, this is what this camp is about, to show kids, don't matter if they black, white, Mexican, or
All right, we're gonna put Coach Lucky in the background for just a minute and let those internet issues clear up. But you get the sentiment there. I think he's good now, so let's bring him back. All right, Ken, if you got a question for Coach Luck.
On the spot. Coach Lucky, tell me something. You said going in that you knew that there were dudes who were going to be there. What you saw on the field Saturday, was it equal to what you expected? Was it greater than what you expected? How did that talent on the field compare to what you expected going in? I mean, you ended up offering, 5, 6 dudes Saturday?
I offered 5, but I think I'm end up offering a total of 7 when it's all said and done. Is my internet good?
It's good.
All right. I believe, just the talent was there. The talent was there. I was really, when it first came down, I was kind of worried at first, what the talent was going to be like. And then when you start seeing those jokers like up in person closer, and then, when you go down that list that you guys, first of all, y'all did a remarkable job of giving the package to the coaches so that they could see, who all was there. It was so organized and structured, guys.
Thank you for your continued, relationships with us. I'll put it that way. And, you want to stay on, or we can put you in the background? What you want to do?
No, I definitely would like to stay on, if my internet goes up.
All right. Well, we'll keep you on the panel here, and we're gonna move on to the next topic, and we're gonna talk about some of those players that received offers. So, I've got a list here. We got a total of 12 kids that received offers, and I'm just gonna kind of
that we know of.
Yeah, that we know of. Yeah. So if you came to the showcase and you got an offer, make sure you tag us so we can just add you to that list there. So, first of all, we'll start with Zaryan Jackson Bass, offered by North Carolina Central. D lineman from Chambers. He's been picking up, offers like crazy. I always say this when I talk about this young man. He was the first ever, and really only, because I've never done it since this. We had our first camp back in the middle of COVID, believe it or not. And we did an overall camp MVP, and it was him when he was a sophomore. He was that impressive, and I said, man, this kid is just going to take off. And, sometimes in recruiting it takes a little longer, but it's taken off now for him. Just an incredible defensive lineman that can play kind of inside at tackle or outside at the DN spot.
It doesn't matter what room you put that kid in. A room full of dudes, he's going to stand out. He is just built. He is put together. He has the size. He has the explosiveness. He has the hands. And Pep, if I'm correct, I think all of his offers that had come over the past month had all been Ivy League-esque schools. So this dude's grades are through the roof. As a young man, he's through the roof. What an incredible job that his parents have done. And then for him to be so incredibly gifted. But he didn't talk a lot. He wasn't out there ripping on the 2025 offensive lineman. That dude wanted to compete. He wanted to go against the best, and buddy, he competed. Wow, he is an impressive specimen. He has a tremendous future ahead of him.
Amen, man. And we just talked about the young man, Zion Booker, dynamic receiver at Chambers. Just looking at some of the one-on-one video that I have, just, really, really good routes. I love the control in his routes. The way he can set up a corner.
Very well.
Yeah, great releases off the line, and he's got, obviously really good speed to make plays with the ball in his hands. And then it's funny, we talked about this young man too, Isaiah Bridges, the receiver at Shelby. When I retweeted his offer, I said if you didn't know the background behind, the story of how this came about, Isaiah was literally the last person that registered for this showcase. And it's just amazing because I didn't think, he was going to get in, but we found a way to make it happen, and then, he gets that. The receiver, he was our MVP at the receiver position at the March tune-up camp that we did. Gerard Evans from West Cabarrus. I love his size. I love his physicality at the position, and then the ability to obviously to make plays with the ball in his hands after the catch. Kenneth, I know you're really high on him.
I said this on social media. I saw him play in the 8th grade because he would have come to me at Central. His brother did play for me as a freshman, but I saw him play, and in one half of football, I think he scored 6 touchdowns and did not get tackled. He had 6 touches, I swear. Maybe it was 7 touches. He ran out of bounds once, but he did not get tackled. Phenomenal player, phenomenal athlete. He's a quiet assassin. He doesn't say a word. He just goes about his business, and he takes care of it. A tremendous athlete. I was so pumped to see him get his first offer. His dad and I went to school together. His mom is an A.L. Brown graduate. Good people.
Now, at the quarterback spot, we had some guys really stand out. Young man, Elijah Tillery. He comes in. He's great, physical specimen. He can really throw it and run it, and with that size, as Michael Jordan once said, the ceiling is the roof. So
legit 6'5". He's a little bit thin, but he's 6'5". He's got a quick release. The ball comes off his hand well. Extreme zip. He made every throw that we asked him to make at the camp. And talking to him, I've spent a lot of time talking to him. He's been DMing me and texting me. A phenomenal kid. His dad seems like he's a phenomenal dad as well. I mean, incredibly impressed with Elijah.
All right. So at this point, we're going to pause. We're going to talk about some more kids that got offers, but we're going to switch to our next segment. I'm going to put you guys in the background. And what we're going to do now is we're going to start bringing kids on the show here in our Players Lounge segment. Now, when I did the Players Lounge with Hollywood, I had background music, and I got some feedback that said y'all didn't like my background music. So we're not going to use background music, but we are going to talk to a lot of kids. These kids were top 5 at their position. Now, I understand that some of you guys are trying to click on right now, and it's not letting you in. We're going to bring these guys on as a group. And then once we get through that group, we're going to let them go. And then as they let go, you guys click on and it'll bring you back in. Okay, so just be patient. We're going to bring on the first group of kids right now. If you guys have been sitting in the background, make sure your cameras are on. And we're going to do this. There you go. Now I see everybody. So if your camera's on, I'm going to bring you up. And we're going to do this and knock it out. All right, Tyson. If you can hear me, you got to get your camera up. When you get your camera up, I'll bring you on. So we're gonna drop the banner. All right. So one by one, I'm gonna come down the line. What I'm gonna ask you guys is how your experience was at the camp, and how did it feel to be selected as a top 5 player at your position. So when I go to you on the solo, your name, your school, and then answer that question. All right, so we'll start with you, Braylon. I'm coming to you first.
I'm Braylon Canales, J.M. Robinson High School, class of 24. Overall, the camp was great. There's a lot of great coaches there. The camp was run very well. It was smooth, great drills, and all the coaches ran camps with, like Justin and Pep and Kenneth. You were all great. And it was a really good camp. And being selected as top 5, it was nice because I feel like I got my name out there a little bit, and I showed what I could do out there on the field at O-line. Just showed my talent.
Braylon, thank you, man. That was excellent. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate the time. All right, we're going to go next to Dezon. I hope I said that right. Dezon Clark. If I didn't say it right, you can correct me. So, Dezon, you got the stage.
My name is Dejon Clark. My name is. I'm already talking right now. I'm Dejon Clark, Porter Ridge, 2024, and the camp. It was pretty nice. I went to the camp. I'm glad I got to meet new people and new coaches, and I really got to show my skills out towards the coaches and stuff. And being top 5 really improves what I've been doing for the past few years. Because back in 2 years ago, I broke my leg, and I thought I wasn't going to get to the state, but now looking where I'm at right now, it really helps me that I know that I'm top 5 and that I'm improving my work.
So it's Dejon?
Dejon.
Okay, now I know. Congratulations, Dejon. Great job, man.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, up next is the sensation we kind of talked about a little bit initially. A.J. Richardson from Kings Mountain. You have the stage, sir.
Well, thank you, Coach Morrow. First and foremost, I want to say thank you for the opportunity for having me out there at the camp to showcase my talent and my hard work to be able to even get me to this point. But yeah, my overall experience for the camp was great. You know, going into the camp, I knew it was going to be experience that would better me, and I knew it was going to be a camp that I was going to be able to go out there and showcase my hard work and my hard talent, you know. And the experience was great. I got to meet lots of new people. The coaching was excellent. It was very much high energy, and I really appreciated that. And I feel like y'all did a good job when y'all put the camp together to have us out there and be able to showcase our talents. So, yeah, I appreciate y'all for that. And top 5 meant a lot to me because, you know, I felt like going out there, it was an everyday thing, you know, working, you know, and going in the camp, it was just show them the hard work. You know, I knew the hard work was going to show up. And going into the camp, it was just hard work. You know, go show them. Going into the camp, bit of an underdog, I feel like. So going into the camp, I knew you had to be a dog. There was a lot of guys. I knew it was guys out there that had already picked up early offers and, you know, guys that had a little bit of exposure. So I just wanted to go show them that, you know, I'm a hard worker. So I really feel like that was a big achievement of mine, and I put it all to God and hard work. Yes, sir.
That's awesome, AJ. Thank you so much, man. Great job.
Okay, appreciate it.
All right, next up, we got Peyton Scott from Butler. You got the stage, sir.
You can hear me?
Yes, sir. You're good. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Peyton Scott, Butler High School, class of 2023. And it was a good camp. It was well ran. That was the most amount of college coaches I've ever seen at one time, but it was a good camp. I appreciate getting top 5. It showed all the hard work I've been putting in, and you know, it's appreciated.
Peyton, you were a terror coming off the edge, is what I heard. And I hate you didn't get to play at tight end, but you know, hopefully we can work that out at a future showcase, man. Great job.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. All right. Next up, coming to the stage, wide receiver we were just talking about, Zion Booker from Chambers. You're front and center.
You can hear me?
Yes, sir. You're
Uh,
good.
Lion Booker, Julius Chamber, class of 2023. Camp was a good experience for me. It was good. I'm fresh off an injury, so I got to showcase like what I really can do. Like it was a great atmosphere, good competition, great coaches. Good to be able to showcase my talent in front of a whole bunch of college coaches. I appreciate the top five because I didn't know I was gonna be back in time for this camp because of my injury. But yeah, all the work I've been putting in to get back on the field, it showed, paid off.
Yes, sir, it did. You're very impressive, as we were just talking about, earlier. I hope you had a chance to hear it. If you didn't, you can always watch it when we play it back.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Zion. All right, next up, we got a running back, Curtis Clark. You are up and you are on the stage, sir. Here you go.
My name is Curtis Clark. I'm class 2025, and I go to Malik Creek High School. About the camp, I will say, first of all, thank you for the camp, for letting us, all be able to show our talents and stuff. The camp was really good for me. It was really organized. I like to meet the coaches and be able to compete with other players. Um, and also top five. I really like becoming top five. It shows me work I'm putting in is playing golf and to keep working. But yeah, really thank you for inviting to the camp and being there to show you guys what I work with.
Yeah, Curtis, I saw some video of you, very impressive, and to be top five in 2025, future is bright, young man. I'm excited to see how you progress throughout your career.
Thank you.
I appreciate your time, man. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir.
All right, next up is Elijah Haynes, linebacker. He coming to the stage, and we're gonna bring him on the show. Make sure you unmute yourself there, Elijah. All right, Elijah, hit that unmute button. I'll bring you back in just a second. Okay. All right, we're gonna give Elijah a minute to work that out. Next up, we got Sean Walker Jr. from Chambers, a former award winner of the fastest man at our previous camps.
Oh, you hear me?
Yep, you good, man.
All right, Sean Walker Jr., class of 2023, wide receiver. No, first and foremost, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to be able to go out, show what I can do. For me being an underdog, really allowed me to go out and show, that I'm one of those top cats in the state, and that I can contribute to the team. The most part about the camp was, the competition. The DBs are talented, but I just had to show them that I was even more talented. So again, thank you for allowing me to come out and showcase my skills. And that was probably the best camp I've been at, this year. And again, thank you for allowing me to come and showcase my talent.
Sean, thank you, man. Like I saw some of your one-on-one stuff, and it was, what I've become accustomed to. You've been to a few of our camps, and you're always ready to go, man. And I'm excited to see what the senior year has in store for you.
So I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, man. All right. Our next guy is Jay Coleman from the Butler Bulldogs. Jay, you're on.
You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
So first of all, my name is Jay Coleman. I go to David W. Butler High School. I play linebacker in the class of 2023. My experience from the camp, honestly, just getting top five and being around athletes who are in my local city, and not even just local city, from around the areas, just seeing their talent level and getting different level experience from different coaches. Even I know I was talking to the Howard coach, and he was just giving me advice on my stance and just better stuff like that. Just getting that prime level coaching that's coached at the top levels. Like he was telling me how he was coaching Luke Kuechly and all those different people. So just getting that type of coaching from a camp like that, that was really just inspiration to me, and it really opened my eyes, and it's going to make me a better player overall to hopefully get Butler that state title we're chasing this year.
See, I like that. I like that goal, man. I love that confidence. And, I saw some of the one-on-ones with the running backs and, athletic, aggressive. I love the mindset, man. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
All right. Up next, Armand, are you ready? If you're ready, turn your camera on. I don't see your camera. There you go. All right. Next up is Armand Wright, wide receiver from Chambers High School.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. My bad, but what were we talking about? Like, what was the question?
All right. So,
Sorry.
nah, that's okay. Overall, how do you feel about how the camp went, and then how did it feel being named as a top 5 wide receiver in your case?
All right, so I feel like it was a great camp. Got to experience different talents across the state and, well, really across the nation, because I heard some guys out there was traveling from different states. So you got to showcase my skills against different types of players all over. And it was a very helpful camp because coaches were actually helping us, guiding us through things, helping us like with our routes, stances, and all that. And being named top 5 is just a great way to show that all my hard work throughout the offseason been paying off, and just keep getting better and better for the season to come around, and just try and get another state championship at Chambers High School.
Well said, young man. I mean, your talent showed. When you had that state title 2 years ago. I think that was the spring, right?
Yes,
you really came on the scene, and obviously you've been making big plays ever since then, man. So congratulations once again. Great job.
Thank you.
All right. So if you have not been able to get on and you're one of the players, go ahead and click the link. We've got a couple spots open, and just get in the queue. And then, as we go down the line, if it doesn't let you in, just click that link after we let someone off, and you'll be able to come in. All right. Next up, he goes by Mojo. I'll let you tell the world what your real name is. But Mojo, you up on the stage.
Jamil Mojo from Mallard Creek, and I just want to say thank you for letting me invite me to the camp. And coming into the camp, it was a great experience because I got to be with my guy AJ Richardson, and so when we was already talking, we already had the mindset of going into the camp. We finna dominate, get these bags. We're gonna stay focused. So coming into the camp, I was already focused, locked in, and then we had some great coaches on the side coaching us 24/7. We had really, really, really nice schools. We had some HBCUs. It was really nice, and I just appreciate the fact that I was able to be invited to this camp. And then as far as the top 5, I feel like it just proves and shows that all the hard work I've been putting in. After my recent injuries in high school, I had a couple of injuries in the past, and it's just showing that I've been putting in a lot of work.
And that's a great point, because we were just kind of talking, and we said, this dude is not in high school. He's like a grown man out here. It's crazy, man. But obviously that reflects the work that you're putting in, and congratulations, great job, and congratulations, on the offer you received, man. That's awesome.
All right, thank you, and I want to thank Coach Lucky too.
Absolutely. Thanks, Mojo.
Yes, sir.
All right, next up, we're sticking with Mallard Creek. Another linebacker on top of that. Aiden Small, you're up on the stage. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Aiden. There you go. Yep, yeah, you're good.
All right, first, I just want to say thank you for having me on the show tonight. And first question was, how was the camp, correct?
Yes, sir. Your overall thoughts.
So overall, the camp, I feel it was a pretty positive experience. There was a lot of healthy competition. I love that. I also got to meet a lot of great people. Like off the bat, there were people coming up to me and saying, "What's up? How are you? What made you come out today?" And it was overall just a really great feeling. having people just come up, say what's up, acting all friendly.
Very good, man. And how did it feel being named top 5 at your position?
To be named top 5 in my position, I want to say it was truly a great honor, and it really showed me how much all of my hard work that I put on since last year has paid off, especially off of coming up back from a few different injuries, sicknesses.
Very good, man. Very good. Now you I'll tell you, you were someone that I didn't have a lot of information on, and coming in here, getting top 5, that really puts you on the map, man. So you take this and you run with it. And now that you're at that level, you just keep working and working and working. And, your recruitment's going to, spike if you do that, man. So congratulations. Great job.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. All right. Next up, he is a big offensive lineman. I saw him at the VTO camp, I think about 2 months ago. And he came here and he got his first offer. That's Tyson Moore. And Tyson, you're up on the stage, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
My name's Tyson Moore. I go to Providence State. I play offensive line. I'm class of 2023. And overall, I enjoyed the camp experience. Got to meet a lot of new people. Got to learn more about the game of football from coaches. Helped me get better at my craft. And I just wanted to thank you for allowing me to be a part of this.
Absolutely, man, for sure. How did it feel being named top 5 at your position and getting the offer that you got?
It just showed that my hard work's paying off this off season, and it just makes me want to grind even harder.
Well, I think you're one of the best offensive linemen I've seen all offseason, Tyson, and I'm excited to see you this upcoming season over at Providence Day, man. A lot of talent on that team.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Tyson. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
All right. Coming up next, he is a big defensive lineman, Isaiah King. Sir, you are up on the stage.
I appreciate it, man. The camp itself, it was really great to get myself in front of a lot of college coaches. It really put in perspective where I am as far as people in the nation, other players that is, against offensive linemen and great defensive linemen. And the camp overall was a huge success, I feel like.
Absolutely, man. And then being named top 5 at your position, how did it make you feel?
It feels great, man. Like I said, it put me into perspective of where I am now and where I need to be going forward.
I love your perspective, man. You speak very articulately. I love that. That's you got good grades, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's awesome, man. That's gonna help with those offers that are gonna be coming your way, sooner than later, man. Congratulations. Great job. Absolutely. All right. Coming up next, he is a running back from Mclevin Christian. I've been impressed with this young man. He came to our camp last summer and did well as a freshman, and now he's at top 5 level. Jeremy Williams, you're coming up on the stage.
Hey, I'm Jeremy Williams, class 2025, Mclevin Christian Academy. I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to come to the camp, and it was very high level coming in, very organized, and I enjoyed it. And for top 5, I was truly honored to get that, competing with all these other great running backs, and being named and being shown that my hard work's been paying off.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I love, how hard you work. When I saw you last year, I saw how smooth you were. You were catching the ball out the backfield and some of the 7-on-7 stuff we were doing, and then your moves. And I can tell you work really hard and you train, and it's paying off for you, man. I'm excited to see you this season over at Mclevin. Congratulations, Jeremy.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, coming up on stage now, we've got Elijah Haynes back with us. Elijah, the showcase is yours. All right, Elijah, we got a little sound problem. I don't hear you. Okay, we're gonna. I'll put you in the background, Elijah. You work on that a little bit. All right, we're gonna go to our next guy. Big defensive lineman. Been impressed with him for the past couple of years. Ashton Miller. You're up on stage, sir.
Hey, what's up, Coach? Ashton Miller, class of 2023, Mount Island Charter School. I guess I would just like to say thank you for the opportunity to come out there and show out and show my skills to all the college coaches. Coaches were, getting us hype and everything like that. And it was like the experience was amazing. Coming off the Carolina exposure camp, actually getting D-line MVP out there. And my coach, Coach Washington, actually told me about the HBCU camp. He told me I should go out there, and I said absolutely. So I went out there, showcased my talent, got top 5, and then receiving top 5, it was like, because like it was something I knew I could do. You know what I'm saying? It's just like not to be cocky or anything. It's just like I just wanted the confidence. I wanted to go out there and show everybody that I was top 5 at the camp, and I felt like I got the chance to do that. So I absolutely thank you, and I appreciate the opportunity to go out there and show them that I'm top 5.
Absolutely, Ashton. I've been impressed with you for a long time. You came out and you did your thing, man, and I think your recruiting is just about to go crazy, and to be honest with you, man. Congratulations once again. I'm excited to see you for your senior season over at Mountain Island.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right. Next up, we only got a couple more. So, guys, if you didn't get a chance to get on, now's the time. If you're still watching, go ahead and click the link. We got plenty of room for you. We're going to bring on DB from Butler High School. Juice, go ahead and turn your camera on, man. You're up next. There you go. All right, Juice Jones, you're up on stage. Yep, you good, man.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to perform my talents at the HBCU Showcase Camp. The camp was an amazing experience, coming out in the atmosphere around a whole bunch of receivers, QBs, tight ends, DBs, everybody fighting for their spot to be the best of the best. I feel like everybody deserves at least a little bit of like a reward at least, because everybody was fighting from the start, from the line of scrimmage until they caught the ball or broke up a pass. Receiving the top 5 DBs, it was a truly honored blessing. Not being cocky or anything, but just fighting hard each and every single rep that you get. Never take anything for granted, because you don't know how it will relate into the future. I'm greatly appreciative to introducing myself to every single college coach that was out there too.
Yeah, Juice, and you picked up your first offer, right? Yeah, well, congratulations on that, man. I thought, going through the one-on-ones, you were impressive. I love your length, athleticism, and the way you play ball, man. It's impressive, and I know you're going to have a big season down there at Butler, man. Congratulations once again.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. All right. Next up, a 2-time offensive line MVP from our December and March camps. Earned top 5 once again. That's Sean McFarland from Marvin Ridge. Sean, you up on stage.
Hey, Coach, how you been? I'm Sean McFarland from Marvin Ridge High School, class 23 O-line. And I really liked that camp. Thank you for inviting me. The competition was real, great. It's probably one of the best camps I've ever been to. I really enjoyed it. And just had to come in with the mindset of you never know who you're going to go against. So, not being cocky or anything.
Very good, man. Very good. Now, you've obviously been MVP before, but, being against all the competition you mentioned, how did it feel to be named top 5 in that situation?
It felt great. Yeah, I knew I can get there. Like I said, not try and be cocky again, but it felt great, especially with the amount of competition was there. So, yeah.
Yeah, very good, man. I've told you several times, you're going to be a great, linchpin in that Marvin Ridge offensive line. this upcoming season. So congratulations, and I know your recruitment's gonna really start spiking here in the months to come for sure.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Sean.
All right. Well, thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. All right. Next up, this young man. I told this young man when he registered. I was up doing registration. I said, "You my boy." I said, "You my boy." He's been coming to us for the past couple years. I love his game. He exploded on the scene last year, Northwestern High School. Turbo, you up on stage, man.
Hey, I'm Turbo Richard, class of 24, Northwestern High School running back, and I feel like the camp. It was a lot of competition. And the coaches were great. It was like the drills were amazing, and like they were just like they helped me in my game.
Yes, sir. And then being named top 5 against all that competition, how'd you feel, man?
I feel like all my hard work paid off, and that I was like, yeah, it was a lot of good competition, and being top 5, I really appreciated being put in that position to be top 5.
College coaches, I know y'all watching this. This man's getting it done down there in the upstate South Carolina. You need to jump on him, man. Turbo, congratulations again. Appreciate the time, man.
Yeah, no problem, coach.
Thanks, man. All right. Now, our last one that we got lined up, guys, if you didn't get a chance to come on, you can get in right quick, but we got one more. He is DB, Providence High School. Logan Mclevin, go ahead and turn your camera on, man. There you go. All right, you up on stage.
Doing, coach.
I'm great, man. I'm great.
Logan Mclevin, class of 2023, strong safety for Providence High School.
All right, what's your overall thoughts on the camp, Logan?
It was great. The coaches there were super helpful. Got to add a lot of new stuff to my craft. It was just all around great camp. A lot of college coaches there, great exposure. Just great competition overall.
Absolutely, man. Then being named top 5, at that position, how did that make you feel?
Just made me feel really proud of myself. I put a lot of hard work in over this off season, weight room, on the field, just really worked on coverage, getting better at that. I switched from wide receiver to DB sophomore year, and just really worked at it over this past year, and just feel really proud. Getting named top 5. Just really, really appreciative of it.
Absolutely, man. I mean, I love to see your growth in your game. I remember back when you were on JV, and you've really put the work in. I know Coach Ward and you guys are on the bus and busting it in the weight room, and it's paying off, man. So congratulations, man. Great job.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. All right, and then AJ, why are you still here, man? Well, I think you kind of cut out. What'd you say, AJ?
I said I had to tune in. I'm just so grateful to be here, Coach.
Oh yeah. Well, AJ, I appreciate it, man. We're gonna finish up the show now. Is that cool with you?
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
Okay. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Oh man. All right. So let's bring back Kenneth. Kenneth, what'd you think about it? I thought that was pretty dang on cool right there, man.
How impressive were each of those young men, Pep? I mean, they were well-spoken. They were articulate. They were confident in themselves. I mean, every single one of those were tremendous representatives, not only of their school and of their program, but also their family, man. Kudos. Well done. A couple things came to mind. I'd messaged Zaryan a month or so back, and he said, Coach, I can't make it. I'm rehabbing an injury. So obviously it was super exciting to see him there and to see him pick up a scholarship offer. Jay, I saw Coach Beeline. By the way, Coach Jawarrin Beeline, he did coach for the Carolina Panthers. He did coach Luke Kuechly. He's coached at Georgia and Vanderbilt and Wake Forest and, I mean, all over the place. He's at Howard University now. but I saw him pull Jay to the side and talk to him. I saw him following him from one drill to the next drill. But kudos, young man. You guys are an impressive group. So proud of each and every one of you.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So real quick before we end the show, let's finish talking about those kids that received offers. Jawarrin Howell, a running back from Mooresville, big, powerful kid. He's had some Power 5 interest.
Freak.
Yeah. No, the running back.
No, he's a freak.
Oh, freak. Oh, I thought you said creek. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Physical freak at that position. Really powerful. You look at his film, sometimes you get into these camps and those power backs, don't really get a chance to showcase themselves, but he can get into space and he can do some stuff, in the air and run away from you as well. We had Jalen Jones on, Juice Jones, got an offer from Livingstone. Really rangy DB, athletic, ball hawk type of player at that position. Dalen Lee picking up an offer, the quarterback from Shelby, who's now starting to pick up interest. He had a previous offer from Catawba, and now he picks up a second offer.
It's going to roll. That dude's going to roll, man. Holy cow.
For sure. Ola Sembo. He's the leader in the clubhouse, picking up 3 offers from the camp. Central, Shaw, and Allen University. Ola came to our December camp from North Mech, and he's got that great frame and that athletic build and the athletic footwork that you'd like, for an offensive lineman on the next level. Umar Rockhead, I talked about him. He was at the VTO camp. That was the first time I saw him. He's really got that really good frame. You can see he's going to grow into a monster, picking up 2 offers from the showcase, Central and Mississippi Valley. Quarterback Justin Wheeler, one of our favorites, picking up an offer from Livingstone. Just great accuracy. He can be a dual threat at that position as well. He's got good arm strength. Really, really smart kid at the position. We had Tyson Moore on when we did the player interviews, picking up his first offer from Livingstone. Really stout, strong kid at the OL spot. I know you love him, Kenneth. And we were looking at film on these guys.
One of the most impressive offensive linemen's film that I've seen in a long, long time. That dude, incredible finisher. He strains well. He is a heck of a football player.
And then I think that's everybody. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're going to bring back on Coach Lucky, who's got a announcement that he would like to make. So, Coach, you got the floor. Oh, where? There he is. Okay. All right, Coach.
All right, so can y'all hear me? All right, so I just got a few announcements to make to help you guys stay hip to some summer camps this summer. July 23rd, North Carolina Central going to have their summer camp. June 13th, Shaw is trying to have a mega camp, so hit up Coach Jones at Shaw University in Raleigh. June 10th and also July 23rd, North Carolina A&T going to have theirs, so hit up Coach Barnett for about their camp. May 21st, June 11th, and June 25th, Virginia Union is going to have their camp, and also June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, Jackson State will have their camp at Jackson Memorial Stadium. Hit up Coach Otis. Now, last but not least, so I have an announcement that a month ago I accepted a fellowship internship with the Carolina Panthers, and I start May 31st, and so I'm excited to be home.
Congratulations, Coach. That's awesome. That is awesome. You know, now we're gonna have to be we have to be careful about the
Can't be
slime.
talking about his birthday anymore, Pat.
I'll have to calm down on that. But man, Coach, that's great, man. That is great. So happy for you. So happy.
That 30 for 30 one day is gonna be hot.
I know, right? All the way from JV football, right?
Let's get you some liver bush, man.
I'm really thankful, Coach Rule and his staff for selecting me as one of the guys that feel like I could come in and do a good job. I'm very, very humble and very, very thankful. I know my family appreciative, and I can't wait. I already know the Queen's Panther gear, so I'm gonna see what I can do to get her some under gear. So definitely.
Well, Coach, that's awesome, man. That is awesome. I'm so happy for you. I know you worked extremely hard, and you deserve, that position for sure, man. So best of comments. Oh, we got a lot. Good gracious. Big Shelby, best camp I've been a part of since I've been coaching. Got to see some of the top talent in the Carolinas, especially the 704. Can't wait for next year for it to be bigger and better. Oh, you better believe it. We are already talking about next year. We're already talking about it. Yeah, there's a lot of conversations going on. We got a lot of messages, and we're sorting through it all. So, thank you, Big Shelby. Let's see here. Jason Bass, definitely appreciate Coach Logan, the CFI crew, along with Mallard Creek, for providing this opportunity. It is our pleasure. We are here to provide opportunities for kids. That's what we're in this for. And that's what we're going to continue to keep trying to do, man. So thank you, Jason. Appreciate those kind words. Let's see here. The chat administrator. Yeah, you were late, man. No hoist for you. No hoist. But yes, thank you for those words, Kyle. And they absolutely all came away winners. That's for sure, man. Let's see. I like this comment right here from Deidre. I love how well spoken all of these scholar athletes are. So proud of them all. Yes. Yeah, they came on and they said, what they needed to say. They were articulate and spoke well. And one of the things that we like to do when we do interviews is kind of, give kids that experience. But a lot of these kids, they got some training from somewhere. It was definitely pretty good. All right, Goblin TV coming in. Napoleon Ellison, quarterback, class of 24, had a great time at the showcase. Looking forward to coming back next year. Extremely blessed to be named the top 5. Camp was well organized. Enjoyed the competition. Thank you, Napoleon. Napoleon from Portsmouth, Virginia.
Virginia, state champion in Virginia.
Oh, state champion. Nice. All right. Well, good stuff, Napoleon. Congratulations on being top 5. And yeah, for sure, man. All right. And then we'll end with Big Shelby. Got to get Lucky some liver mush. All right. Well, we'll work on that. Some Niecy's liver pudding. All right. Well, on behalf of the engine, Kenneth McClamrock, and the newly appointed Panthers staff coaching member, Coach Lucky, Petman Matt Morrow signing off. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your support of the HBCU Carolina Showcase. And stay tuned for our regular show later on in the month. I don't know the date. I'm tired, but it'll be announced at some point. Good night, everybody.